Good day, boys and girls, and welcome to our English class. In today's lesson, we want to look at the aspect of English that concerns grammar, the present continuous tense. Let's get right into it. Tense. Tense is all about time. On the timeline here, when we speak about tense in English, tense tells us the past, the present, and the future. If we have the past, the present, and the future, all three different kinds of tenses, which one would you say we're in right now? The present. All right. Tense comes from a specific part of speech. All the kinds of tenses you can think about, all the tenses you would have learned in your previous grades, they're all under one part of speech. What part of speech is that? Verbs. So tenses relate to verbs. Tenses tell us of actions done in the past, present, and future. When we talk about verbs, this is a little recap for what you're supposed to know already. So this should be easy for you. Verbs can be of two forms or two types. The first one would be state of being verb. And the second, as the image suggests, action words. So we have two kinds of verbs. And therefore your tenses, which tell us time, would be based on state of being. For example, am, is, are, was, or were. Will and shall, state of being verbs. Or your action could be any form depending on the tense that you choose. The tense of a verb, therefore, tells time, as we just said, past, present, and future. It also shows whether an action is finished or not. For example, here we have a wolf walking. But here the wolf has stopped walking. So your tense, careful use of your tense, will allow us to know whether the action is finished or not. Let's look at these sentences. I am writing on the blackboard. You are learning grammar. Tom is reading his book. Mary is studying maths. The flower is dying. We are singing, Oh MacDonald. Can you identify the verbs in these sentences? I'm writing, are learning, is reading, is dying, are singing. All of these words underlined are verbs. And they're using a specific tense. Let's go them again. I'm writing, are learning, is reading, is studying, is dying, are singing. They're all relating to actions being done now, in the present time. But have these actions stopped? No. So it is progressive or it is continuous. As such, we are talking about present continuous or the progressive tense. What are you doing right now? Whatever it is that you're doing, for example, I'm teaching you, I am talking, and I am standing. It is all presently done, and I'm still doing it. So it is continuous. My actions are progressive. How is this tense formed? By now, I think you got it. It's kind of like a partnership or a coming together of two. You have the verb to be in present tense, and you have the ing form of verbs. So, for example, the verbs to be in the present tense are am, is, or are. And any verb you choose, for example, hold, walk, coming, dance, read, or sing. You add ing to those verbs, pair them off together, hook them up hand in hand, and you get your present continuous verbs. So let's go. If I want to say I, and I give you the verb walk, and I ask you to put that into present continuous tense, what would you do? You'd have to say, I am walking. If we want to talk about a girl, she would be is walking. Or a man, he is walking. Now, if we change that pronoun or we change the subject to you, what would it be? What form of the verb to be would you use when we're speaking about you? You don't ever say you is walking. That's not English. You have to change it to are. And we add the ing form to that, and it would be you are walking. So there you have it. The three forms of the verb to be in present tense. Structure. There's a particular pattern that we write in English. We structure our words in a particular format in English. Generally, our sentences are structured in the SVO format, which is subject, verb, object. Now, when it comes to present continuous tense, it's kind of like the same thing, only that we have to be more specific and we have to be conscious of the form of tense we're using when writing. Take a look. So you have the subject, the verb, am, is, or are, plus the main verb, plus the ing. You can never forget the ing if you're writing in present continuous tense. And then we have the extension, or the rest of the sentence. Let's go with that again. Whenever you're writing in the present continuous tense, this is the sentence structure you ought to use. The subject of your sentence, then the verb, am, is, or are, plus the main verb, adding ing to that, and then the extension of the sentence, or the object or the predicate, whatever is the rest of your sentence. Here's an example. The birds are flying towards the trees. What's the subject of this sentence? The birds. And the verbs there would be are flying. So you pick are from your option, am, is, or are. Picked are. Then we chose our main verb, which is fly. We added ing, flying, and then we continued with the extension, or the rest of the sentence. The birds are flying towards the tree. Example 2. They are eating lunch now. What's the subject? They. The verbs are eating lunch now. That's the extension. Do you understand? So are you ready? Do you think you can write 5 sentences on your own? Not so fast. I have one more thing to tell you. Present continuous tense can be written in 3 different ways. I am playing chess. I am not playing chess. Are you playing chess? How I've read the sentences should tell you that there's a difference. And when you look at the words in the sentence, you should also see a difference. So that the first sentence is a positive statement or a positive sentence. I am playing chess. I'm doing that. The second sentence, however, I am not playing chess. So if the first one was positive, and now we're saying we're not doing it, that means this sentence is negative. Are you playing chess? This is a question, right? But since you're in grade 9, I'm going to give you a bigger word, interrogative, which means the same thing. So when you're writing sentences in the present continuous tense, they can take on 3 forms: positive, negative, or interrogative. Now, do you think you can write those sentences? Are you ready to write those sentences? Try to make up one. One in the positive sense. Make positive sentences in the present continuous tense. I did the first one for you. Chris is reading the newspaper. Here, I inserted the word reading. Is reading, rather. Because remember, you have to couple the words together. You have to couple the helping verb with the main verb, adding ing. So you have read in bracket. I give you wear, brush, drink, work, snow, play, and wait. I'm asking you to complete these sentences, making them positive sentences. Your answer should be, she is wearing a beautiful red dress. We are brushing our teeth. I am drinking tea. They are working today. It is snowing. You are playing chess. Sandra and David are waiting for you. Were you able to get all correct? Let's go on. Your next task is to make negative present continuous sentences. I did the first one for you. Let's look. He, in the slashes I have, not listen to music today. So how do you make that negative? He is not listening to music today. Now you have 7 to do by yourselves. Your answers should be, I am not eating lunch. She is not drinking coffee. Those children are not crying now. You are not going to the park. It is not raining at the moment. This cat is not chasing mice. John is not going to Bartica. I hope you are able to insert not between your verb is, are, or am, and your main verbs, adding ing. Because remember, the word not goes between the two. Your last task, make questions in the present continuous tense. And again, I did the first one for you. Tom play cards now? That's not English. Is Tom playing cards now? Do you think you can do the others? Try. So your number 2 should say, are they singing a song? Number 3, is Aunt Alice writing letters today? 4, are you going to the cinema with us? 5, is he sleeping at the moment? 6, are we going to Linden? 7, is the sun shining? And 8, is Eva doing shopping? I hope you were able to get most, if not all, of those sentences correct. Now let's summarize what we learned today. The verb tense tells the time of action. And we said the action can be in past, present, or future. Thereafter, we went right into the present continuous tense. And we said that tells us of action in progress, action being done presently, and that is still continuing. We also said the present continuous tense is formed by coupling the present tense in the conjugated form of to be, adding ing to the main form of the verb. And lastly, we learned that sentences can be structured in 3 variations. Those variations are positive, negative, and interrogative. All right, students, there you have it. We've done quite a lot of work as it pertains to this kind of tense. I hope you revise and check over your notes. Bye-bye.